Hey everybody, last night, today is January 1st, last night was New Year's Eve, obviously, and we tried to do a festive New Year's Eve live stream, and it didn't work, because when you push the button, it doesn't really tell you if it's doing it or not, so we rehearsed, and we entertained, and it turned out there was actually no one.
Nothing happening. Yeah. Wasn't even recording. Nothing was happening. We were talking to ourselves.
Yeah, wasn't even recording too, because you have the option to record it separately. And if I had at least done that, I could have
Then uploaded it.
But I fucked up.
There's one in the toilet.
But it's not my fault because this program is shite.
What is it, OBS?
Yeah, should we say the name of the shit program?
Dude, every streamer that has ever used it has at some point said, dude, OBS sucks huge shit.
OBS sucks huge shit, folks.
It also has a lot of problems conflicting with other programs, which thankfully isn't a problem for us, but it's a huge problem for other people.
Well, I was a bouncer for a great many years. I can handle confrontations. If that program wants to start some shit.
So have you posted a link to the Discord anywhere?
Yeah.
Nice.
You're gonna have to speak up a little bit. I posted the link on to our Discord server on Instagram.
Cool.
So if anyone would like to join our Discord server, go to Instagram and copy the...
He's not there, but I'm here. And vibing.
Who are you talking to? What'd you say?
I was talking to the people at home.
I built a chair. It is not an exit.
I got nothing to say other than Eggos are fucking awesome.
So I went to the gas station a couple minutes ago to get us a couple of caffeinated drinks so that we'd be ready for the thing. And I bought a flavor of chips that I'd never had. It was like sweet and hot, spicy something or another.
Mm-hmm.
But they were sweet and they were spicy and hot and delicious, but they made my nose run.
Really?
Yeah, isn't that neat? That's
really
kind of
specific.
It's like a power. Yeah, like this thing. It's like Olestra except for your top half.
See that photo I sent you of Danny Harrison's Strat? It looks a lot like Bumblebee. He has a very similar taste in guitars to both of us, and he's super cool. He's one of those people that'd be really neat to meet.
Yeah, he's probably cool as hell.
Dude, that whole video, it's him at a Guitar Center. He's showing off like his favorite effects, and like half of them are like $40 pedals, but they sound so goddamn cool. And just the little licks he's doing, like, fuck, this is actually cooler than anything I ever heard Joe Chestnut ever do. Which is, considering how much of a fan of the Beatles I am, surprised me.
Yeah, that was a beautiful Stratocaster.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting that he doesn't use the middle pickup either.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he only uses the bottom pickup, he said, most of the time.
Not only do I not use it, but it actually gets in my way. Like, my pick hits it a lot because I'm such a sloppy... Because I never was a guitarist till September.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really have a style or a technique, so I'm really sloppy and my pick hits the fucking pickup all the time. So I just want it out of there, man.
Yeah, that was a problem with Buddy Holly as well. He did that to all of his pickups.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
Yeah, all of his pickups were cracked on the top because it was made of the very early Fender pickups were kind of the plastic was kind of fragile. And he you know, the way he picked was all just straight down. And he used to go pretty hard on it, and all of the tops of his pick guards had like little hairline cracks in them from wailing on them. What's neat is that he mentioned, which actually really surprised me, is that it has his Stratocaster has a little black line going around the edge, and I figured, oh, he paid for this natural finish Strat. Of course, he can afford it. He said it was originally black, but he just hand sanded it until that line was with the original paint was perfect. He just took like 3 days and just hand sanded it.
Buddy Holly seemed like he was probably a cool dude.
From what I've heard, he was like the nicest motherfucker on earth, like Kyle.
But he also looked like he'd throw bones if you forced him into it. He seemed like a cool motherfucker. Like he had rules that he lived by, and if somebody stepped on those rules, he would, you know, be old school. I really like that because most people are just too big of fucking pussies now to stand up for themselves.
It's worth noting that he grew up in 1930s Texas. I'm sure that it's...
Ah, Jesus, yeah. That's pretty fucking... It's a pretty hard place.
And he made it out of 1930s Texas, so he was... I'm sure he was exceptional with his instrument.
I worked on a cattle ranch in Texas.
Really?
Yeah, in the 90s. It was hard then. I can't imagine what it was like in the 60s.
Well, Buddy Holly was...
30s.
Yeah.
I meant to say 60 years earlier.
Yeah.
I'm not a math wizard, okay? I'm an artiste.
Why do you think I dropped out of school? Because I'm also bad at math.
I love math. I'm just not any good at it.
Yeah. I think math is interesting, but practically, I can't do it.
Yeah, math is fucking fascinating. I gotta message my girlfriend real quick, tell her that I'm gonna be indisposed for a little while. So she doesn't think I'm ignoring her.
I'm considering making a little table with this stand and just putting something flat on top of it. Because the stand is perfect because I can fold it up, but I'd like a little table over here.
Oh, well that's pretty easy. We can do that. Oh my god, my phone is fucking shitting itself. I wonder if a spirit can get trapped in a phone.
I'm sure.
Oh, I didn't tell you about I walked through a ghost.
I saw a ghost last night that really weirded me out, and I'd rather not talk about it on camera because it was actually really bad.
Well, good, because you would be interrupting right the fucking center of my story, so I'm glad. Dickhole.
So...
we've got this little room in our studio. It's between all of the bedrooms. And there's a bathroom and 2 closets in there. Basically, it's a rectangle with 6 doors. Which, spiritually speaking, if you ask me, you're just asking for fucking trouble putting that many doors in that small space. It's too many portals, man. And it's easily the most active part of the whole house. And I was just breezing on through, going from the kitchen back into my room. And for one moment, I felt like I was in something else's space or air. Like, there was like a merging, and it was really uncomfortable and awkward and shitty.
Yeah, I went for a walk last night, and I just had like two Johnny Cash songs I was listening to on repeat. And I walked down to that neighborhood, and I don't know if you went out last night, but the fog was so thick that like 6 feet away, everything was just colors. It was exceptionally deep fog. And
Colors.
But the Amazon warehouse was lighting up that fog perfectly.
The White House?
Yeah, the Amazon place over there.
Oh, the Amazon place.
I don't know what that building is.
Well, I thought you said the something house. And it sounded like you said the Amazon house. And I'm like, what the fuck is an Amazon house?
No. But the that Amazon building over there, which for us, walk out of the front door and you keep walking, is this huge complex. It lit up the fog all above the building really, really well, so it looked crazy. And looking through the trees up into this lit up sky was mesmerizing. I just kept walking past the bend and just kept walking just out towards the forest and was just standing there looking up at it. And I look to my left and I see some fucked up shit.
What'd you see?
I'll tell you about it afterwards.
Oh.
It wasn't that dramatic. It was just really, really weird. They changed the color of Mountain Dew.
For fuck's sake.
Kind of neat. It used to be yellow, now it's green.
Mountain Dew is never yellow. It's always been green.
It's always been yellow.
My entire life it's been green. Yes, it has. It's been lime green my whole life. You're fucking stupid.
It has been sort of like almost a gasoline yellow my whole life.
Dude.
Like, this is the great fucking
It's
Mandela effect.
Yeah, it's clearly a Mandela effect.
Because I've always remembered it being yellow.
It's never been yellow.
Vividly. I can imagine a million times where I've been looking at my glass and not doing it, and it's been like gas yellow.
Yeah, you're wrong. What's that feel like?
Feels pretty good, dude. It's cool.
Hey, this new chair is working out great.
Is it?
That'd be the perfect point for it to collapse.
Yeah.
I love this new thing. Thank you.
Wonderwall.
I want to fuck you. I want to draw on this guitar, but I don't know what I want to draw on it. This little spot right here. Remember where I used to have that sticker?
Yeah.
I want to put something there, but I don't know what. Like all the cool stuff is just kind of cliche. Like I could put like Lucifer's sigil or King Paimon's sigil or anarchy symbol. But it's all fucking done to death. I could do a self-portrait. That would be retarded. It'd be like a meta guitar. I could draw a little stick figure of me holding my guitar on my guitar.
I had almost that exact idea, but with a smoking pipe. It's a smoking pipe that's like a 3D printed scan of my head smoking a pipe. So that I'm smoking out of my own head, smoking a pipe. I'm going to do it someday. That item will exist.
Satan pipe. There was something I wanted to work on with the acoustic. That's why I dropped the mic and brought the acoustic out. But now I can't.
Take the wheel. That's the thing we were going to work on.
Tell if it's actually audible. I'm like a gargoyle perched on my little church. Hit your snare, man. Whoa! I didn't say hit your snare, man. I said hit your snare, man. Yeah, it's pretty loud. We could do that as the intro twice, and then we could do like 4 of them for a verse. Singing a song, singing along, singing, da 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 da, and then bridge, and then verse or a chorus. What? It's no big deal.
I wanted to make sure, because I don't know if that Windows is the kind of company and software that would bogart recording and just stop all of your programs to remind you to do something.
No, it's still.
Okay, cool.
It's still recording. I hit the mic. I wonder what that sounded like. Like a ghost fart. ideas? I don't have any ideas.
It's really hard to articulate ideas because I'm not holding an instrument like that. So just saying like the thing you did before, but slightly higher pitched and I meant like the heavy metal section that you're using.
But I'm wanting to stay away from that.
It really only gets heavy metal if you, with the speed and intensity that you're playing it, if you just make the notes that you're playing it sort of play it in almost kind of, not the blues kind of signature. Instead of going straight down only like 3 notes, like do do do, you add something in there, so now it's like do 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 do. That's another beat.
I can't sustain a whole verse though. That's just like a lick.
I don't know.
See, if we, for the album, we could just play this one thing straight through because it's got a good feel to it and it's got a great rhythm, and then just change the feel of each part of the song with the bass by having the bass going doo 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 doo, and it would give it a, it would make it feel like a bridge or a verse, but we can't do that live. And even if we did do it live, we wouldn't be doing it that way right this second because we don't have a bass player sitting here. So, I don't know, man.
None of the little licks that you worked they had in that folder were worth working with.
Yeah, but those are separate. Like they're worth building into songs, but none of them can just, fit in with this one. I don't have anything that sounds like this at all.
It sounded really good, that little down step there.
If only I were better. That's so hard. All I'm doing is lifting my pinky. And it's so hard because my ring finger's staying still.
I understand.
And like those two fingers always want to do stuff together. They're like BFFs.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, you're the Mary and you're the Rhoda. You got to do some separate shit. Maybe that's why people use those capo things. Dang. It does transition back into it pretty easily. So that would make a good verse.
The downturn sounds really satisfying because there's the high end stays the same almost.
That progression isn't like every song that we have. It's kind of like our thing.
It works. It's like every Johnny Cash song you can learn in an afternoon, almost all of them. They're also similar.
Dang, why's it gotta be so hard? Well, it's this string open. Ooh, that's way harder. Alright, I guess I'll just have to learn it. Stupid. You can do this now. Come on. At least for once, the problem is not that finger that what's-her-face kept destroying. This poor index finger has been through like the works. It's been bitten and slammed in a door and yanked out, thrown downstairs. I can still do this with it.
I can do this with mine.
I
saw your eyes.
Shit ass. No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. I watched your eyes on purpose.
Without my glasses on, I can't see anything. So, fuck you. You're not an ophthalmologist, so you don't know.
Optometrist, I think.
Ophthalmologist, dick face. Did I ever tell you that when I was in high school, I memorized the eye chart? Yes. So when I went to, because I've needed glasses ever since I was a little kid, and I didn't want to wear glasses. So when I went to take my driver's exam, I just spent the week prior to that memorizing EFPTOZLPED. Still got it. And I was like, if they ask for anything beyond the 4 rows, I'm fucked. But there's like 8 or 12 rows, so I didn't want to memorize them all. So I just memorized the top 4. And I said them like I hadn't memorized it, which was acting power. And then they did actually, they like covered one of my eyes and asked me to pick out one of the ones on the bottom row. And they all look like H mixed with an 8. I don't know. I'm like, they're like, what letter is this? And I'm like, 11. It's yellow. And they let me go.
South America.
I guessed it right, apparently. South America. That's what it should have been. That would have been a good one. Butterscotch. That's what it is. Let me go.
What is King Henry II?
What is the average flight velocity of an unladen African swallow?
Yes. That was the question he asked.
Or no, he didn't say African. He said, what's the average flight velocity of an unladen swallow? And he says, African or European? Oh, I don't know. Ah! And that's how they got rid of Tim.
Yeah.
The evil wizard.
They called me Tim.
Tim!
No, that wasn't Tim. Tim
yeah, it was. The evil wizard at the bridge. Oh, you're right.
You're right.
There was 2 different guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tim was the evil wizard with the ram horns and the fire.
Just sent explosions.
And Terry Gilliam was the old bridge guy. Well, I don't know. Oh!
How did you know that? You have to know these things to be king.
Yeah, that's the best follow-up to that whole joke. Because they could have just gone on, and that would have been a great punchline as it was. Well, you have to know these things to be king, you know.
Yeah, he fucking nails that part as King Arthur.
You know all those castles are actually the same castle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dune Castle.
Yeah. Hang it. Maybe if I do these fingers. Maybe not. Should it do that at the end of each sequence or just like every other two?
Play it again.
I'm gonna play it every other two first. And then it would start over. Or we can do it every time, which would sound like. Every time sounds pretty good.
It sounds pretty good. Waiting 2, it just felt it should happen on the first one either way, because it felt like it was being sustained too long. Like it felt like you were waiting.
All right, we'll do it every time then.
Songwriting, ladies and gentlemen, it's a lot of just playing and sitting and playing for a little while longer.
Oh no, that sounds like that other song. We can't do that. Shit. Oh well.
That song, Devil Take the Wheel, as it is right now, is a lot like basically every blues riff I come up with is basically almost exactly like that. But I find it really comfortable playing like that. So tonight I'm just going to tune up my acoustic guitar and sit and watch a movie and just play and improvise for a while. And if I find something that sounds like it could work, I'll record it and send it to you.
That sounded awesome. Third time's a charm.
Sounded pretty cool, actually. The song's really good, though, so it sounds cool every way we've ever played it, but that sounded actually cool.
I would love to do it acoustically for the album and then have electric guitars come in. So like the first verse or intro and the first verse be all like acoustic. For the third time, yeah.
Fun drumming.
Oh!
Would you like a Cool Ranch Dorit?
No, thank you.
No Doritos will be supplied, but a single Dorit is complimentary.
Did you ever hear that story I told your mom?
You told many, I don't know. Oh, yes.
His mom and I used to be friends, and I used to fuck with her a lot because she was really trusting, and that's a wonderful quality for someone that you can take advantage of. So whenever she would ask me anything, I would immediately make up some bullshit that I knew she would believe, and then she would later go tell somebody and embarrass herself. And because that's what friends do, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So she had asked me if Doritos meant something in Spanish. She was eating a bag of Doritos. She was like, "You speak Spanish. Does this mean anything?" And I was like, "Yes and no," which is the great way to start into a bullshit story.
Yeah.
Because it gives you time to work it out. I was like, "Yes and no." It's not actually a Spanish word, but it is a Spanish surname. You see, the Aztecs were ruled at one point in the later kingdoms by a dude, Chief Dorito. Dorito is just the name, the Aztec name for this guy. He was like their last emperor. And when they invaded California, which is also hilarious because the Aztecs did not invade California. But I was like, so when the Aztecs invaded California, they lost miserably, but the Californian regiment had such respect for them that they named their little foods that the Aztec armies were eating. They named those Doritos in honor of that guy. And it just caught on. Like, it's something that Mexicans have been making at home, you know, forever. Yeah. And then somebody just got the great idea to market it. And she was like, "God, that's really cool." And I was like, "Yeah, that is really cool." And then, like, yeah, like a couple of years later, like, we're different, living in different places and everything. And she fucking texted me mad as fuck. She was like, "You son of a bitch." And I was like, "Oh, which story is it?" You know? And she said, "I was just at work and I was telling a bunch of my friends where Doritos came from, and they all started laughing at me." So, like, years later, that trolling finally hit home. It was
just no diminishing returns across the board with your shit posting. It's just been A's across the board.
It's tough because when you do that offline, like I've been doing to people my whole life, just coming up with bullshit off the top of my head, you never get to see the fruit, taste those delicious fruits when they come ripe. Because it'll be years later, and all these people that I've told all these stories to, I don't even remember the stories. But they're out there retelling them, thinking it's real, because they trusted me, because I was their friend.
Man,
and they're going to be humiliated when they find out that shampoo didn't really come from a kind of fish.
Called the sham.
That's one of my best ones ever.
Absolutely masterful. Because it sounds ridiculous, but it is something that that's the moment that I realized I could probably make an alright actor or a con man, either one. Because I've done that to so many people and been able to just improvise my way straight through it, and nobody even somewhat suspecting that I'm bullshitting the absolute shit out of them.
Yeah.
Just making up nonsense that if they heard it from anybody else and it wasn't as convincing, they would be like, "Dude."
Yes. I think the key is to make it sound like you're not really sure.
Yeah.
Because like if you were lying, you'd be like, "No, you gotta believe me. This is really true." But if you act like, "I can't really remember the details, but it's something about this and that," people are like, "Oh, wow."
I watched a YouTube video about this like a year ago, but what I remember was insert bullshit, and all of that sentence is a great lead in to let you figure out the bullshit before you said it.
For the third time. Yeah.
I wish that we could use harmonica on that one. We need a harmonica in the
Why can't you? Is it in the wrong key?
Yes, it's in,
Oh, that was one of the ones we tried?
Yeah, that's in a minor, and since my harmonica plays a whole scale in C major, it sounds absolutely hard.
Ah, Jesus Christ. We can't have nothing nice.
We need to get one in minor so then we can use harmonica in all of our shit.
Well, let's get a harmonica that goes with that song. How hard can that be? In this age of Amazon, we can order whatever we want. I don't have a lot of faith in this stool because I built it myself and I know how long it took. So I fully expect it to collapse any second. Hopefully it gets caught on film. that the one that was in the same key as your harmonica?
It was.
You should employ it. Send it in the field. Let's get harmonicas on the ground. Notes on the ground. Oops.
What do they call harmonicas? Mouth fiddles or something dumb like that?
Harp.
Yeah.
Mouth harp.
Yeah.
Or blues harp.
I think this is it. No.
Was it was that one?
No, I don't think so.
Try it.
No.
A couple of the notes went.
That's not the one that I was playing to though. I need to write something for that one, but I think for that in that section, harmonica doesn't really work all that
No,
well.
I don't think
It's
so.
too
either.
shrill.
Was it No, it wasn't. What's on the song list over there? Go. And then I Am Not Me. That would not be a good harmonica song.
Yeah.
Third Time.
Mhm.
Which one is it? No.
No. Burn? No.
Burn's not on there.
Yeah, it's on mine. for
What the
some
fuck
reason.
is that? I can't read. I can't see that far.
Stay Goodbye.
Stay Goodbye. That's it.
I think so. Forget the tabs.
How do I stay goodbye with you? How do I stay goodbye with you?
Fuck.
That's it.
Oh god, it's so good. Yeah, no. Let's hit it at 5 instead of 4.
How do I stay goodbye with you? How do I stay goodbye with you? How do I stay goodbye with you? What?
It's all of that is intaking error. There's one note that you blow. It's like -4, -4, -5. It's my lungs fill up, and doing it twice is almost impossible.
You can do it. Fight the good fight, champ. Get back in there. Just rub some dirt on it. How do I stay goodbye with you? How do I stay goodbye with you? Sounds good, man.
I played all of that backwards.
That's incredible. There's no way I could play this song backwards.
Well, it's not.
I couldn't do it. It would summon something.
It's
It's such a happy song. It wouldn't summon anything cool. It would summon something with dainty wings that would grant wishes or something retarded.
It's on Mr. Rogers, and he'd just say, "You guys are really nice," and then he'd just leave.
that would be worth it.
Yeah, that would be worth playing any song backwards just so that he'd show up and be like, "You guys are really nice."
I would do an evocation if it would bring up Fred Rogers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, wherever he went is probably the best possible place. He doesn't need any more of this world.
Bodhisattvas. That's the thing about messiahs. They always leave us. They tell us to be good to each other, and they live by example, and then they fucking split and leave us here.
Good.
None of them stick around. We're not worth saving, I guess. That's the Oxycontin version. Already did that, didn't we? Huh?
So let's play through it. I want to try the brush.
Charm. Yeah, it is. Third time. Yeah. Third time's a charm. What's that one that?
Oh, I just realized what was weird. When I was playing, I was doing like a fucking trap beat, but I was trying to do like a 1950s swing thing, but I was doing like a hip hop beat, which just doesn't make any sense, but it sounded really fucking cool.
Swing hop. Wee. What's that one we added that? Oh, it's I Am Not Me.
I almost drowned.
First time I did coke, almost drowned. You get it? Because you snort coke, and I was snorting the liquid Coca-Cola, so
John Lennon made that joke in like 1964.
Fuck John Lennon and you.
In the movie Hard Day's Night, you see in the background.
Never seen it.
He picks up a Coke and goes to the cap.
Fucking hippie.
Fucking hippies.
That's what happened to him.
Yeah, that was heroin though.
He didn't do heroin.
Yeah, he did.
John Lennon?
Yeah, he was a.
No, he didn't.
He was an addict all throughout the 70s.
No.
Yes.
Not a heroin addict.
Yeah.
No, he wouldn't.
Yeah.
No, he wouldn't. Yeah.
We did. I fucked up a lot, but it was fun.
Did you? It sounded awesome.
It was a fun exercise.
I've never been able to hear the drums so clearly because I'm so loud usually.
I prefer that.
What? The latter over the former?
Yeah. Well, I like doing stuff like this because it's a lot more subdued and I can have a little bit more fun with the texture.
Yeah.
Instead of just doing big loud whacking. I can have fun with the hi-hat.
Big Loud Whacking. That should be the name of an album.
Almost like Dumb Loud Hollow Twang.
Oh yeah, Dumb Loud Hollow Twang, which is the best album ever written.
We need like 10 copies of that album and just cover a car with them.
Dude, I used to have that fucking album on vinyl from Croatia. It was the goddamn best album I've ever had in my life. It even came with this little poster.
Croatia. Man, that'd be the coolest poster on earth to have in your glass.
Fuck. I had two of them, 2 albums by the Bambi Molesters. Greatest band of all time.
I like them probably more than almost every band other than the Beatles, which is non-negotiable. But definitely for the greatest modern bands, I'd say that I like the Bambi Molesters the most.
By far. And Wendy Ray Fowler. Bambi Molesters and Wendy Ray Fowler. Those are the 2 best things to happen to music since the minor chord was invented. I said that one day on YouTube on Wendy Ray Fowler's one of her videos. Easily one of the coolest things I ever said.
Really cool for like it. God, that'd be a great old song.
That is a song. It's called Sanitarium by Metallica. Back when they were still worth a shit. Before they became pudding.
Angry boomer Metallica fans shitting and screaming.
Yeah, I think that was off Ride the Lightning album, I think, Sanitarium. Or no, it was Master Puppets.
I don't listen to Metallica.
You should, man. Their first like 5 albums are some of the best albums ever written. I think somebody online just the other day, I think it was Rick Beato, but somebody big in the industry said that no band has ever made 3 great albums in a row. And my first thought was, I don't know, Metallica. Like they did like fucking 4 or 5 albums in a row that I thought were flawless.
I always bring up the Beatles, but their first 3 are I think like they're almost their 3 best. Revolver was like their second UK album, fucking masterpiece. What was their third one? With the Beatles, that was. Oh, you know what? Yeah, that was a weak album.
Like, I wouldn't put the Beatles in the 3 great albums in a row category, but the White Album is basically 2 albums, and it's fucking flawless.
I don't know. Their last 3 were very good though, because that's like Abbey Road, the White Album, and Let It Be. All of those.
Yeah, those are fucking great albums.
So I'd say they did have 3 excellent albums in a row. But to be fair, they only had like 2 weak albums out of like the 12 they made.
Yeah.
So I'd say they have like 10 great albums almost in a row.
But then I think Bambi Molesters, I think all of their stuff is perfect, and that's at least 3 in a row. And then I don't know. There's a whole bunch of like sound bands like Portishead and Godspeed You Black Emperor. I think
Portishead's so great.
Yeah, I think everything they did was flawless. So
I don't know. I love all of the Bambi Molester shit except for the ones that have singing in them, which I don't like.
Yeah.
I always turn on an album of theirs on YouTube, and then once it gets those parts, I just skip it.
It's funny too because I think the reason why I don't like the songs of theirs that have lyrics is because I've trained myself to not expect to hear lyrics on their songs. Like those songs, what's that one, Laguna? I can't remember the name of it, but it's the one where like a dude is speaking Spanish over it. Like if that wasn't a Bambi Molester song, I would think it was a great song. Mm-hmm. But hearing them do it, I'm like, they don't have lyrics. What? So
I don't know.
I think it's just because I've been trained.
I've heard a few of them, and I just don't like that the guy that I heard. I didn't really like his singing voice. I thought it was annoying. That's why I don't like it. Because I love surf music, even when it has lyrics. I think it does better a lot of the times without it. But
yeah, I don't really like surf with lyrics.
But there are good examples of it. But that's not one of them.
Miser Lou kind of has lyrics, sort of. It has a bunch of hey ha ha
Barely.
Yeah. Like
That's closer to acapella than singing words.
they're just yelling stuff in the background.
Yeah.
A lot of the swing bands used to do that. They would
Yeah.
like just yell in the background. Like somebody just got overcome with the spirit, like Pentecostals, and they just start yelling. I always thought that was awesome.
Neat.
James
That's it.
Brown does that a lot too.
That's the way to do it. Be so into the music that you're playing that you can't
Help
talk.
him now, shout. Which Michael Jackson did that a lot too with all his little sounds, his shamoans and oohs and stuff that he did. Oh, you're not gonna eat chips on camera, are you?
You know, I thought earlier, every single stream for like the last 5 streams, I've come in eating food.
Fucking fat tub of
Usually-
shit.
It's because the stream happens when I usually eat dinner, which is around 7:30 to 9. It happens at 8, and so I'm always kind of going, I'm a bit parched. And that's thirsty.
Yeah, parched is thirst. Peckish would be a little bit hungry.
Peckish, that's what I was thinking. Oh, we're peckish around 8 p.m. I'll say these. I've eaten Eggos on stream for 2 streams.
Lego my ego.
I guess not, since we lost the stream last night.
Yeah. Yeah, I told my girlfriend about that after it was over, and I immediately felt guilty, like I had lied. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
hey, I can't talk to you for an hour because I got to go stream, and then there's no stream afterwards. I was like, God damn it, what are you doing with your life? But I think it actually did stream for 2 seconds when I went to click it. I thought I was clicking it off, and I was technically turning it back on, or on to begin with. So we might actually have like a 2-second stream on Twitch. I haven't checked.
GG us.
I never go to that.
It'll be gone in 2 weeks anyway.
Yeah.
I'm glad because we made some jokes in that stream and I'm glad that
Yeah.
they were a little too unpleasant. They weren't like offensive. They were just like
Oh, they were offensive.
distasteful. I think is the best way to describe it.
The cupcake dumpster joke is definitely offensive.
It's distasteful.
I hate this song. It sounds like the end credits song for some TV show I hate. You know what I mean? Like some happy, feel-good sitcom where everything works out for everybody.
It's
And
not, I don't think that's how it sounds at all. It sounds like it's the background, like the final piece of music for like a zombie TV show that I hate.
Jesus, dude, spit it out.
I'm dying.
It sounds like the end song of a zombie show.
Yeah, that I hate. Like something on HBO that would make
Yeah,
me
see,
kill
it
myself.
still sounds like the theme song to a show that I would never watch. Like, I would even make fun of the music. I'd be like, oh, what is that corporate crap? I don't know why I keep playing it. It seems worth keeping. Like, I don't want to throw it away, but at the same time, I fucking hate it. But I feel that way about Stay Goodbye.
I'm surprised. I love that.
I hate that song. It's just so fucking happy.
It's not.
Listen to this. That's just straight happy.
It's not. I have no idea what you're talking about. It's. It feels very. I suppose all I do is listen to like Buddy Holly and shit, so I'm used to like super extremely happy songs. That doesn't sound happy at all. It's like smoking a cigarette on your balcony. That's what that sounds like.
I fucking hate it.
Nice.
What are you doing over
I
there?
was trying to flip it and catch it, but I missed.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Almost fell in that cup.
So when are we gonna take the tree down? It's January, dude.
Should we do that soon?
Thing's been up all year. it's been a new
Sometimes people ask me, what were you doing a year ago? But I always have to reply, I don't know. I don't have 20/20 vision.
I'm gonna fucking punch you in the face for that one. Like, that's not a belly punch or a tit punch. I'm gonna punch you right in the fucking mouth for that.
Dude, I've been happy. I've been doing that joke every day for you. You can do that in 2019 and 2021. What are you gonna be doing in a year? I don't have 20/20 vision. I had to wait a year. That joke has a half-life.
So Darth Vader goes up to Luke Skywalker and he says, Luke, I know what you're getting for Christmas. And Luke says, aw, how do you know? And Darth says, I can feel your presence.
That's pretty good.
That's not fucking...
Fuck you!
That's not a good joke.
That's really nice, actually.
That's a shit joke.
That's my favorite joke of all time, actually.
My favorite joke of all time is the bug through the windshield joke.
That might be one of my least favorite jokes.
I told that on the stream last night, didn't I?
Well, no, you didn't, because you weren't streaming last
Yeah,
night.
my favorite joke of all time. I got two of them. The first one is, what's the last thing to go through a bug's mind when it hits your windshield? It's ass. That's my favorite joke. And then the other one is, there's a pirate and he's walking down the boardwalk. Stop me if you've heard this one.
I have heard this one. Fuck you people, you don't get to hear it.
There's a pirate and he's walking down the boardwalk.
I've heard this one.
There's a pirate and he's walking down the boardwalk and this dude walks up to him and he says, hey man, you know you got a steering wheel sticking out of the front of your pants? And the pirate says, arr, I know. It drives me nuts. It drives me nuts.
You know,
oh shit.
you know what that gets? That gets a backwards.
Yeah, that was...
It's so unfunny that it pulls my heart.
All right, there's this guy and he's watching TV and there's a knock at the door and he goes and he opens the door and there's nobody there. And just as he's about to shut the door, he looks down and he sees this tiny little snail just sitting right there at the door. So he reaches down and he picks it up and he chucks it like 1,000,000,000,000,000 snail miles. And he slams the door. A year later, there's a knock at the door. And he opens it up and he looks down and it's that same snail. And the snail looks up at him and says, what the fuck did you do that for?
That's pretty good. I like that one.
A year later. Oh, that's a good one. You know the aristocrats joke?
Yes.
I'm not telling it. My favorite version of it is the clean version. Have you heard that one?
No.
A family goes into a talent agent and they say, hey, we have this family act we want to do for you. And the guy says, okay, go ahead. So the mom starts reciting beautiful poetry and the kids are juggling and the father's doing acrobatics and it's just the most amazing thing ever. And they wrap it up and go, ta-da! And the talent agent says, that was actually really incredible. What do you call it? And the mom says, the cock-sucking motherfuckers.
That's actually, I like that more. I like that more.
That's the best version of the aristocrats I've heard.
There's a fucking guy from Home Improvement. His version of that joke was absolutely
Tim Allen?
Tim Allen.
I never heard his version of the aristocrats.
He told it in there was a little mini movie on YouTube about the joke where they asked like 50 comedians what their version was that they had heard. And his version, because he's been in everything family friendly.
Yeah, he's Buzz Lightyear, man.
Yeah, he's the most family friendly motherfucker. It was the most vile out of any I've ever heard. And the whole time he's just this huge smile and he's laughing.
Wow, I haven't heard.
He's looking at the camera. It's hilarious.
That guy from that show I never watched with the twins, that 90s sitcom. He plays, I think, the comedian on the show. No, he doesn't. He's the dad on the show.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's something.
Full House.
Full House. I was going to say it's Family something. Family Matters. Full House. Yeah, the guy that plays the dad on that, he's like one of those really straight-laced sort of TV guys, but his comedy's raunchy as fuck, like Red Fox.
Mm-hmm.
And he told a version of that was just absolutely disgusting, and it was hilarious. And then Gilbert Gottfried's version, of course, is classic.
His delivery of any joke is just absolutely stellar.
But the South Park version of that joke is great too, because they add in 9/11. Have you seen that one?
No.
It's the gang. They're standing at the bus stop, the way all their seasons used to start.
Yeah.
And Cartman is telling the joke, and Kyle keeps trying to interrupt him, which is like a separate little punchline, because he's like, "No, Kyle, stop!" And then he goes on with the joke, And then Kyle tries to interrupt him again. It's just like this thing. But when he gets to the end of the joke, he's like, the family's running around and they're shit and puke and pissy titties and everybody starts running around with their hands up going, oh, the building's coming down. Oh, the building's coming down. That's like their add-in to the joke is they made it a 9/11 joke. What do you call it? The aristocrats. It's definitely one of the best versions I've ever heard. Doug Stanhope's version's really good too.
I've never heard it. It's
well, he's telling it to a baby, which is he's holding like a 1-year-old, and he's talking to the baby in baby talk, and he's telling the aristocrats joke, which makes it one of the best ever, because he's telling it to this stupid fucking baby that's just got this dumbass look on its face. It has no idea what it's hearing.
What I thought you were gonna say is this stupid fucking asshole baby.
This stupid fucking asshole baby.
This is almost what you said.
Because it's just like, thinking about a titty and pooping in his pants. That's like the only two thoughts in his head. And he's got one of the greatest comedians ever lived telling him that joke. And he's just got this retard dumb look on his face. Fucking, it's a great version.
Doug Stanhope did a whole bit on, he led the whole bit in with this great bait where he's like, there's one people in this nation that don't contribute anything. There's a billion of them. We need to get them out of the country. It's fucking babies. You remember the bit?
No.
It's a great one. God, absolutely.
But I've heard a million comedians do bits about how people should stop having babies. And I always like the bits.
I don't think Doug Stanhope's never done a bit that I haven't at least enjoyed listening to.
Oh yeah, I like everything I've ever heard him say.
Yeah, it's a lot like George Carlin. I don't laugh at a lot of George Carlin, but I like hearing him talk about anything. Because he was, of course, brilliant. If I don't agree with him about it, I'm still fascinated to hear what he has to say. Same thing for stand-up.
I guess we should probably stop this because all we're doing is talking and playing the same songs over and over again.
I guess that's kind of but that's what we normally do.
Yeah. All right. Good night, everybody. Good night, internet. We love you so much.
Over top of his head is my waving hands. See you later, everybody.
Hey, it's still recording. We did it.
Epic and cool.